Tommy Hawk's Blood here, calling from the big island of Hawaii. What's going on? I hope everything's okay where you are. I'm in the middle of an area where the volcano's going crazy, still going off, pouring out into the ocean, doing much damage to a lot of homes. There's 700 homes so far, which they reported are damaged and gone. It looks like the moon, if you look where the land, what it used to look like, it doesn't look like that anymore. So, people are homeless here. We got a lot of homeless people in town looking for donations and help. All right, so just checking everything. If sounds good, everything's okay. So we can move right ahead with the show today. I hope you looked at the title. Now, there's a lot of prophecies out there, a lot of people that make prophecies out there. There's a couple people that make prophecies, have been making them for years about what's supposed to be happening. And they're still making them. Still didn't hit it on the head yet. Whether anybody hits it on the head or not, it's a different story. And if they prophesy something bad and they hit it on the head, well, hopefully they warned the people that were in an area that had to get out, and they did. So I'm going to go into that a little bit later. But I want to start with, we're in the changing world. This world is so active right now. I guess you could say probably more active than it has ever been in the past 100 years. As far as earthquakes, weather, temperature changes, all those kind of things. Now, we're looking for an incredible week coming ahead. Good, bad, or indifferent. Nobody knows. A lot of prophecies out about it. We'll get into that. But I'm going to start off. We have a changing world. What's changing? The weather, the way we dress, the way we act, how we eat, what we eat. Thinking is changing. Well, we're going to get into all these different things that I'm seeing, what I see later. I want to give you all the groundwork of the reasons why I'll say what I'm going to say. But I want people to wake up. I know they don't want to. They'd rather live in La La Land. I call it living in a box. All right. So, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, eat, take a shower. All right. That's how most people start their day. Do they think about their dreams? Most people probably don't have the time, don't have the energy to put onto that. Then they go to their 8-hour job. And that brings them back to dinner time. And they come home and they eat dinner. And then they put on a TV and see what's on for the next 2 hours, couple hours, before they go to sleep. Kind of humdrum. I call it living in a box. And we don't live in aspects of living in a box. Unless you got money, you can go to another country every day. You can do a lot of different things if you got lots of money. If you got a little more money than most, you can go on a couple more vacations in a year. But in general, most people get 1 or 2 weeks a year. And they have to enjoy that like there's no tomorrow. And then at the end of that week, they're back at work on the same old schedule for the next year. So the incentive for the human race has been pretty well diminished. The amount of money we have to pay for rent, the money we have to pay for food, taxes, all those things, car insurance. I mean, I just realized I had to pay $160 for my vehicle registration. It's twice as much as it was when I was in New Jersey. So they're just little things. I mean, when you're on a fixed income and you think you got everything organized for a weekly, monthly basis, and you got all these other things going on. So there's lots of people with different kind of money situations. And I'll say most people do not have lots of money or even enough to survive in any kind of a really good way. Yes, survive, but not with all the things they should have or need. We have killings by drive-by shootings still going on. We have children going to school with guns and shooting out people in school. We have adults going to schools and shooting out people. Is there something wrong going on? We have more robberies. In Hawaii, we got so much stuff going on. I mean, even hit and runs and things like that. I don't know how people could live with themselves with all these things going on and not be responsible for what's happening. We have the largest number of sharks, dolphins, and whale killings in history, which is very detrimental to the planet. It's not a good thing in any way. In Japan, they have whale restaurants. They serve the dolphin, not the fish. The dolphin fish is worth so much money, they wouldn't be serving it in school. The dolphin, they're serving its children in school. And they're killing these dolphins by the tens of thousands on a monthly basis when they do it. It's the most obscene thing. If you don't believe it, don't understand it. There was a movie put out years ago called The Cave, The Cove. It was created by the dolphin trainer who actually trained Flipper. He's trying to help rescue dolphins, save dolphins in a lot of different ways, trying to get them out of being captivity and things like that. We got a lot of these things going on. Whales in captivity now. But the problem is they're abused. I don't care what people say or do. I was at Disney World, and then I went to Sea World, and they got this giant tank where they got all these dolphins swimming around this concrete pool. And I went to go over near one, and she goes, "Oh, we don't have any communications with them." I said, "What are you talking about?" "Well, we try to leave them in their natural environment. Their natural environment is not swimming around a concrete pool." And I said that to her. Dolphins communicate. They like to communicate with people. So the ignorance is growing greater. It's amazing that people can't see it. They really can't. Sure, the Animal Society, Ocean Society, sign a petition. Send in a letter to Japan to stop killing whales and dolphins. You think that does anything? To a country that knows they do illegal fishing? They're only allowed to kill 10,000 whales a year. Who can count them? And they use a canning boat. An actual canning boat means they pull a whale in, turns them into a can of whale meat on the boat. So they're not doing scientific testing, which is a scientific lab, big sign on the side of the boat. The Sea Shepherd spent years trying to fight it. It's just so sad. We don't win. They get arrested when anything bad happens. As far as the big boat cracked into one of the smaller boats that Sea Shepherd was using, which was worth about $1 million, $1.5 million, and they put him in jail for 6 months. In the United States, the problem is the Animal Society does their thing. Humane Society is doing their thing. Greenpeace is doing their thing. But Greenpeace is considered a terrorist group inside the United States. When these boats come inside our waters and they go out there to try to stop it, you know who they arrest? Greenpeace people. It's ridiculous. I mean, rather than get into interference with another country, they'd rather arrest our people who are trying to save and help and do the things that are right. It's sad what we do, how we live life. And we have people saying we're more spiritual than ever. More people are saying they have no karma. Really? You have no karma? I'll say I better not say names, but a famous person, probably the most famous woman on the planet, said, "I have no karma, and I have no ego." No ego? Really? So people are being programmed by somebody, somehow, some way. You can accept the program. It's easy. If somebody puts you on a little device, gives you drugs and programs you, you start accepting the program that they feed you. It could be done through a new form of hypnosis and a lot of other ways. Even the HARP system can do that. So these are just a few things that I'm talking about that's changing our reality right now. These crimes that people are committing and getting away with is another thing that bothers me to the max. sexual abuse and things like that. One person gets 3 months, one person gets 6 months. Once in a while, somebody gets 6 years. I don't know how any judge, lawyer could justify it and give them a less sentence. Steal from the government, steal from the post office. Guess what you get? Automatic 25 years. Kill a cop, see what you get. Is a cop more important than your brother or your sister, your mother, your father? Well, they're to protect us. Not if my child gets shot or somebody else got hurt or something. We have this thing. We put power on people, and they abuse the power, take it over, and throw it back on us as they can control us, what we do. Well, laws, we need balance in our law system, which we don't have. We need it to be just and fair, which it is not. If you don't have money, you get the most outrageous sentence that they can give you. You got money, you might even get off. I've been dealing with this whole thing with Bill Cosby ever since it got started. He was kind of my idol when I was a child. When I was 12 to 14, he was putting out albums at the time, his comedy shows and stuff. He used to come out like one a month and things like that. And I like crack up, listen to it, and I could get into it real fast. The one song Bill Cosby was singing about having your tonsils taken out, and it was ice cream. Yes, we're living in the Mad Max time, because now I'm in the hospital, and I'm thinking of the song he sang, ice cream, we're going to get ice cream. And he was talking about how they're supposed to give you ice cream after you have your tonsils out. I'm in the hospital with 3 people, my brother and this other child, who is across the way from me. And we were in these cribs. And that was the first time I saw a UFO. It was coming to abduct my brother. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but I kind of respected him for a very long time. Somewhere down the road, I kind of pulled away from listening to him. Didn't like the TV shows, the sitcoms he was doing, and things like that. Did Yellow commercial and stuff. I said he must be desperate. When those charges came against him, if somebody has one charge against him, okay, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, and people say, well, they're all making it up. I don't see why people would say women would come out of the woodwork to make up a story about them being abused. Or they can get some money out. Well, none of them's going to get money out of it. But they did something incredibly important. The people that came out